Hey everyone, it's James of geometriccharts.com. May 21st, about 5:20 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. We got the daily chart of Bitcoin, BTC, USD on the Bitfinex exchange. First of all, I gotta say, video is not investment advice. Second of all, I think I'm just going to keep the videos on a Tuesday and Thursday. The reason why is I feel like Tuesdays have become more of like a pivotal day for Bitcoin over Monday. Basically, it seems like the market is kind of stabilized after the futures reopen on Sunday evening, going into Monday, and then kind of like after like Monday evening, going into Tuesday seems to be a time that the market starts to kind of pick back up again, get some more life into it, and that could be a pivotal point as in a change or just to get life overall. So anyways, the point is that we've made a crazy run, right? I was looking for a deeper corrective move in the market. The market did not give us that. It did a shallow correction, immediate pump. I don't like to see that at all. Yes, the market could pump up a little more, but it's extremely vertical. I still believe the clock is ticking. We're still under some mega negative divergence, or bearish divergence across the board in the indicators. So there's a lot of weakness toward the tail end of this move. Volumes also started to dry up in Bitcoin as it started to kind of chop around in this area. So there's been a lot of red flags for Bitcoin, for some of the other cryptos. I don't think it's going to go easy. Apparently that's not going to happen. We've made some very big runs here. It's time for a normal corrective move in this market. If Bitcoin can somehow break above the prior top that it currently has on Bitfinex, it's about 83.52 is the top on Bitfinex. So if Bitcoin is able to successfully break above that area, we could get another little tiny leg up, probably hitting the underside of the vertical line. And then from there, I do not think any move above that area will be long sustained for Bitcoin or for the rest of the market. I think that corrective move is not only natural, happens in all markets, but it also will determine the future of Bitcoin on if we get a nice little healthy corrective move. Let's say we do something like that, corrective move, a continuation up, then I believe we are establishing that uptrend, especially if we can make that corrective move, bounce back, eclipse the top. That would be something, and a massive change in tone for Bitcoin. So as of now, we got a massive run in Bitcoin. Obviously, not only in Bitcoin, just the cryptos in general. Some of them still pumping away as well. I do have some potential lines that I built out on this chart as negative frequency lines. Bitcoin's kind of been sticking around these areas for some points. We actually hit one, and it's going to be quite interesting to see how this kind of works out going forward for Bitcoin and the rest of the market in general. But that's why I say, that corrective move, it's going to happen. It happens in all markets. Based on what happens around there, can Bitcoin hang around maybe like the mid sixes? It might go a little bit lower than that. The point is that can it make just a natural corrective move and head back up? If it can do that and successfully, after a corrective move, get back above this area, wherever the top is, whether it's at 83.52 or whether it's at 8,700, it doesn't matter. Wherever that top is, as long as Bitcoin can correct, move back above, I think we got a change in trend. And if that does happen, this is something that's going to last for a while. It's not going to go away. It's not like just because you didn't get to ride the entire wave up or anything like that. Don't feel like you're left out. There'll be plenty of trade opportunities coming in the future. Again, these videos aren't investment advice, but if we do have a nice established uptrend, it's not just going to go away overnight. It's going to take some time. So I still have my doubts about it. The fact that we've made this massive move, and then I'm seeing a lot of volume coming out of the market toward the tail end, tells me that the corrective move is around the corner, but it's also very reminiscent of what's happened in these past runs as well too. So we've made some very convincing moves in Bitcoin, just the market in general, and then the market just ends up dumping out because the big money has left the party and they've not decided to re-enter the party until a later date, in which case price will just keep dropping off and dropping off and dropping off. I think if Bitcoin starts to drop below about the like 60-100 level on BIF and X, we're gonna have a serious problem just in Bitcoin. Not just in Bitcoin, but across the board. I think that'll kind of be a nail in the coffin for it if that does happen. And this would just be kind of like a more larger, bigger pump and dump scheme that, again, we've seen in the past. So there are some warning signs around here, but again, I do think if we do that corrective move and we head back up, it's going to be a very positive sign, not only for Bitcoin, but the crypto market in general. So hopefully all that makes sense. Again, I do think the sentiment's high. Sentiment's very bullish across the board. You can see the articles coming out. The fact that Bitcoin broke above 8,000 again today prompted another positive article. That one coming out of investing.com. It could have been a third party that they put on there. Typically they'll do that. Sometimes they have their own writers as well too. But the point is that we have that sentiment out there to where everyone's hyped up. They just seen the run. Everyone's extrapolating like these parabolic runs from this area, and it's not normal for a market to make a crazy vertical price movement and then not to deliver either a corrective move or a big horizontal base. And in this market, especially due to the volatility in this market, and I mean this market as crypto in general, I doubt the base is coming. I'm pretty sure it's going to be a violent drop. And then from there, again, we could see some positive stuff. So the fact that the sentiment's still there and everyone's kind of expecting more upside, just let me know. That's just another warning out there in this market that, hey, pump your brakes. Things have got a little too hot, and get ready for that corrective move. So again, I do think that's going to unfold, and we'll see what happens. I'll do another video on Thursday, but I do think after that we're going to see how Bitcoin is going to truly react and just the market in general. So if you do like the video, you like the content, please like, comment, subscribe, follow. I know it's fairly generic, but I do think, again, I'm not going to get out here and like talk about a bunch of numbers and stuff. It's really going to come down to how these levels get held, or how Bitcoin holds up to these levels. It's not about the specific price point. You can look at like a 50% retracement. You can look at like a 6.8% retracement. Those zones, you can get specific numbers that way, but it's really going to come down to after that correction starts, how does price rebound from it? And if it doesn't, and it doesn't like rebound like quickly and swift, chances are we got a continuation. And what I mean by that is kind of like a drop off a cliff. So I'm not going to get hung up on numbers right now. Once price starts to do what I definitely believe it's due for, then I'll start to kind of talk about some numbers. But the prior top, if we break above it, I would imagine like a little tiny pump, and then from there we'll start kind of lining up for that dump as sentiment is just already wildly bullish. So anyways, hopefully all that makes sense. I'll talk to everybody on Thursday. Hope everybody has a great day, great night, depending on where you are in the world.